In my 46 years of life, I have learned a lot about what it means to be an empath and to be a highly sensitive person as well. And in reflecting on my childhood years, especially lately, I've found that, a lot of memories were coming back to me, different layers of healing that came to the surface. Growing up as a sensitive child in a family dynamic where I was the scapegoat and the truth teller, and really got in trouble for sharing what I saw and what I knew to be true in a very clear and direct way. And I found that that got me into a lot of trouble. The intense joy that I felt, or the deep, deep sadness or anger that I would feel at times, was a little too much for my family members. And what that did to me in my older years was it gave me an opportunity to love myself, to accept myself for who I am, who I'm meant to be. And I kind of laugh now because my parents don't know what I do. They don't know that I work as a coach. They don't know that I teach classes to highly sensitive people and empaths. They really don't know that side of me. And part of it is because they're only able to see me a certain way. And I've realized that it's not so much the impressions that other people have of me that are important. It is the impressions that I have of myself. It's the way that I speak to myself. It's the way that I allow myself to be who I truly am. And that is a multifaceted person. It's a person who's been through traumas and relationships, good, bad, in between, and has really experienced a full spectrum of human emotion as well as spiritual growth and development. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you today is because I know that there are a lot of children out there, perhaps adults as well, who feel misunderstood and who are looking for ways to learn how to accept themselves, looking for ways to experience the more positive side of life. And it's something that can actually happen fairly quickly for you if you are connected with the right energies, with people who are just a little bit ahead of you and can guide you in that direction. There was no way that I was ever going to find that type of guidance from the family that I grew up in. And while I love them and I want what's best for them, I first and foremost am responsible for me and for the life that I create. And I will tell you that nothing that I've created in my life makes sense. I mean, it is truly illogical. It is miraculous. And, if I had grown up the way that I was supposed to, I would have stayed in my teaching career. I would be be a stay-at-home mom even. And there's nothing wrong with those roles in life. However, for me, it was always going to be something more and something different. I didn't know what that was. And I have allowed myself to grow into the person that I am meant to be. There were times when I thought I was going crazy because my reality was not validated by my parents or even my siblings. And it felt very isolating. Um, there was a huge part of me that always felt like I wasn't enough. And no matter how I tried to heal things and be the bigger person, even as a child, a lot of that open heartedness was not received well. And so growing up was really hard in some respects. And then bringing in the empathic side, which is the more intuitive and spiritual experiences that I had, that I ventured to share with my family, were not received well either. So I was laughed at, I was criticized, and I'm not sharing this with you for you to feel sorry for me or, for me to look like a victim in any way, shape, or form. But I do acknowledge what the truth was and what the truth is today. And that's why I feel so motivated and so driven to bring the Integrated Empath Child Summit to a wide audience, because I know that there are kids and parents out there who truly are doing their best. I in my heart believe that my parents were doing the best that they could, but there were aspects of me that were beyond their understanding or experience. And so we are providing a resource for you that is going to help give you some strategies to work with your children or even work with yourself, because like I said, many of my clients are healing what they went through in their childhood because they were sensitive and because they were intuitive. So there's something in this summit for everyone who can relate to being sensitive, being intuitive, being highly affected by the environment and the energies around you. There is something for everyone. But primarily, it's to reach out to those parents who have children that are not the norm. 20% is highly sensitive, and less than that is empathic. And so we are not the norm, and it's a fact. So we need to have resources that are going to lead us in a direction, acknowledge the problems and the issues and the gifts that come along with being highly sensitive. Every single expert speaker on this summit has opened up their hearts, opened up their experiences, their past, in order to help you accept yourself and accept your child and grow in a more positive direction and really expedite that process. So I invite you today to join us. We started on November 13th, so there's still time for you to join and hear these talks and these classes for free, as well as take advantage of the free gifts from each and every expert. There's lots of goodies, lots of information, lots of insight that will lift you up. So I invite you to join us, and I look forward to connecting with you further. You are enough. You are more than enough. You are an extraordinary human being and spirit, and there are people in this world who are meant to connect with you and support you. All the information to join the summit for free is below. See you soon.